On this episode, Gerardo is faced with an emergency after greedy dog Honey has ended up in hospital after biting off more than the hungry dog could chew.
Oh my God. I don't know how we're going to get that out.
On the Gold Coast, it's an early start to the day for emergency vets Alex and partner Gerardo.
Let's check her out with the ultrasound.
Yeah, good idea.
Their clinic handles more than 250 emergencies every week. Today, they're starting with an unusual case.
You are not going to guess what happened here. This little one here is the sweet soul is Honey.
Hey, Honey. What have you been doing?
Honey's owner saw her with a large object in her mouth.
Ate a spoon.
Ate a spoon.
Not like a metal spoon.
A metal spoon.
Are you sure it's just not gone missing somewhere or?
The owner was getting food ready for the dogs, and then left a bit of food on the spoon, and then next thing you know, bam!
Anxious owner Lyndall is waiting in reception.
I literally dived on top of her to try and pull it out of her mouth, but I watched it go in. It just went in too quickly.
The question now is how to get the spoon out.
The only way to find out is to take an X-ray. If it's a metal spoon, it'll show up on the X-ray.
Okay.
Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, she looks pretty bright. Look at her trotting along, happy as Larry. What's all the fuss about, hey, Honey?
Can't feel anything in it.
No, she's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Or she'd at least be showing some signs of discomfort. But let's have a look.
We're about to find out.
Ready? Are you ready for X-ray? Nah, it won't be. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's the biggest spoon on earth.
Wow, I don't know how we're going to get that out.
It's half the size of her.
I've never seen anything like that before. Have you?
Never a 23 centimetre spoon.
The large spoon is clearly lodged deep in Honey's stomach.
What are the options?
Okay. To me, the only option is to get an endoscope and get her under anaesthetic and scope it out, unless you think there's another option there.
Well, if we go to surgery, remove the spoon from
yep.
the inside, make an incision in the stomach, but let's try the scope first, because if we can get that out without having to go to surgery, that would be ideal.
Yeah. The worry is that getting it out, we could cause more damage, but it's got to come out.
The plan that Alex and I have come up with is we're going to put a camera down there, put a snare around it, and slowly pull it out, and hopefully it comes out and doesn't cause any trauma.
All right, sweetheart. It's going to give her pain relief directly via her IV, so gets on board as quickly as possible.
Alex and Gerardo have never attempted to remove an object this size from a dog's stomach.
So I guess we give this a go first, and if it doesn't work...
And then it's to surgery. You ready?
Yeah. Nothing yet. Jeez, I hope it hasn't gone down further.
That's it there. You see it?
No, where? Up, there it is.
There. Okay, right there.
Okay.
Okay, you got to keep us in the middle.
Did you want to drive?
If you want me to. I got it.
This is typical. So we can see the very end of the handle of the spoon. What Gerardo's going to do now is try to get a loop of wire around that, and then we're going to try to pull it out. But we've got to remember that the wide part of the spoon is right down in the stomach, and that's the tricky part.
Feeding the loop down now.
I don't know if that loop's going to be big enough.
So we need a new loop because the loop itself is not opening wide enough to go over the spoon handle. So fingers crossed we have one that's big enough.
If this doesn't work, Honey will face surgery.
I'll inflate with gas.
I knew this was going to be hard, but I think it's going to be harder than we think.
Okay, inflating.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Much better.
Now, the trick is...
It's going to be trying to get it over. Oh, yep. Oh, that looks good. Come on.
Try and get that edge.
Come on, come on, come on. I'm just going to go a little bit further in.
Yes, please.
Yep.
Okay, tighten down, Amelia. You tighten down? Okay.
I tighten down.
Whoa.
I knew this was going to be hard, but I think it's going to be harder than we think.
They're hoping they'll be able to grab it using a specialised lasso. If this doesn't work, surgery will be the only option.
Try and get that edge. Whoa. Okay.
All right, this is just the first step though, remember. That is a metal on metal and it could easily slip.
Okay.
So we're just gonna have to go really slowly. Yes,
Let's see if we can pull it and
just
Alex.
go slowly. I'm pulling back and it's not wanting to come. So the problem is that we're getting the wide part of the spoon up to the esophageal sphincter and it won't come through.
So the plan is that we're going to put this down there and we're going to open up, and hopefully that opens up the sphincter so the spoon comes out with it.
The procedure is becoming more complicated than they hoped.
I'm stressed as hell. Forward, Alex, please. They just do not want to go.
Oh, wants to dig a big hole in that esophagus.
So now we're pulling the claw out with the jaws open. We're pulling.
She's coming.
Pull.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So it's out of the stomach, which is the first step. Now we've got to get it up the esophagus without doing more damage. Ready?
Let's go, guys.
Okay.
Let's go, team.
Oh, it's coming down.
Yeah.
Oh
That's pharynx.
They've been extremely careful not to cause any internal damage to the young patient.
Here we go. Oh my. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's a spoon.
That was.
Cannot believe it. Good job, guys.
Look at that. That's how big that spoon was.
She's going to be so sore tomorrow. I cannot even imagine. I think probably rest in hospital tonight and then get you home in the morning.
The big test now is to see if Honey's appetite has been affected.
All right, I've got some chicken here for her. It's a really good sign if she eats a bit of this. Ready? Hey, you want to see how you can swallow? Because I would say, if I was you, I would have a very sore throat. All right, let's just start with a little bit. Oh, thank you. Oh, no problems there at all. You are one lucky dog. Good girl. So we're going to send her home on some medication just because she's got some ulceration from the trauma from the spoon. And we want to make sure that that all heals up. She's off. In here, in here. This way. Who's in there? Who's in there? Oh. She just ate a little bit of chicken for me then, so just want to make sure she was all good with that. And I also thought I'd better give you the spoon. I don't know if you still wanted it, but I thought you should really hold on to that. So, okay. Good girl, hey? You've got to stay out of trouble.
Thank you.
See you guys. I think she's going to be one very lucky dog.
Our friends at Budget Direct provide pet insurance that can help you with the cost of treatments like these.
Hey, a little fighter boy.
This may avoid you having to make a heartbreaking decision about the care your best friend needs. Pet insurance solved with Budget Direct.